Council tax is a bill received each year from the Coventry City Council. It is a tax on domestic properties. The money paid to the council is used to fund local services like libraries and parks, as well as keeping streets clean, police and fire services, and even social care for the elderly, to name a few. These bills are sent out in March each year and can be a worrying prospect to receive. Although however difficult it may be to open the letter from the council, please do not ignore your council tax bill. To let you know, you will also receive a new bill each time your circumstances change. So for example, if you move address, a partner moves in or out, or if your council tax support benefit changes. Setting it aside to deal with later may be an instinctive choice. However, by not addressing your council tax liability, it can result in more stress, a more rigorous payment plan, and unnecessary dealings with the council. Therefore, the starting point has to be opening the letter and looking at your bill. If for whatever reason you do not seem to have received a letter from the council, it is a good idea to contact the council to let them know you have not received it and to ensure that they have the correct contact details for you.
Council tax bills can be confusing, so let's break it down so you can understand what each part means and how it applies to you. At the top of the bill, the full financial year will be indicated. In this case, 1st of April 2019 to 31st of March 2020, and this will remain constant, even if you are only being charged for part of the year. Just under this, in the box entitled Key Information, your council tax valuation band will be indicated. There are 8 bands running from A to H, which are used by Coventry City Council to determine your liability for council tax. These valuation bands are based on the value of your home in 1991. The more expensive the house, the higher the band. For example, if your council tax bill states your property is in band B, this will mean your valuation band is for domestic properties valued at over £40,000 and up to £52,000. This moves us on to the next box entitled Other People Liable for the Bill. This simply means who is responsible for paying the council tax. Determining who is responsible is not always straightforward. Under 18-year-olds will never have to pay, as it's calculated based on 2 adults living in a domestic property. Some people may be eligible and receiving discounts and exemptions, which are discussed in the preceding video. The link to this video can be found in the description below. The local council can claim full council tax on the property from anyone liable. They will all be held jointly responsible if the bill is not paid. As the council tax bill can only be addressed to one person, this box may include all others living in the property, who can be held accountable for the bill. Even if certain residents are not named on the bill, this does not mean they aren't responsible for it. The council will still expect payment. For example, couples living together will both be liable. This means they are responsible as a couple, but also individually. Therefore, even if only one of the names is on the bill, they're both responsible for it. It's important to note a council tax bill may be addressed to the council taxpayer if the council cannot determine who resides in the property. It's important not to ignore this, as despite not being directly addressed to you, you're still required by law to pay for the council tax. Here we have the customer reference number. This is an individual number to you. It can be used when making payments on your council tax or if you need to contact Coventry City Council. This figure indicates the full amount of council tax for the 12-month period. This is broken down in the payment section of the bill and is usually portioned into 10 instalments. If you wish to, this can be altered to 12 instalments by emailing the council or calling them on the contact details listed below. The details appearing on screen will be available in the video description below. The sum underneath these breakdowns indicates the overall account balance, which means that if you still have money to pay from other years, it will appear here. Therefore, this number may be different to the one indicated above.
Please note that the bill that was used as an example in this film does not indeed contain any money left to pay from previous years. However, a bill that includes previous council tax debt would contain a line such as In addition to the amount due on this demand, £100 remains outstanding for other periods on this customer reference. This would be followed by a line with the overall account balance, including any sums left to pay from previous years.
A common issue is that changes to the council tax account may not show up on the bill which has been sent to you. Checking the date of issue may be relevant here, as this is the date which Coventry City Council printed the bill. Therefore, any payments or changes made after this date will not appear on the paper bill. However, they may still have been subtracted from your account. If you think your statement's incorrect, you can contact the council or check your online account. This next box will show any discounts or exemptions which you may be eligible for. Please refer to the video on discounts and exemptions for more information on this area. However, in summary, this box will indicate any reductions to the sum of the council tax which you are liable for, and the reason as to why the reduction has been made, according to what criteria you may be eligible for. Finally, this section illustrates where the money from the council tax will be used, along with the percentage change from previous years of its apportionment.
Now that we've broken down a council tax bill, hopefully you'll feel more confident opening it. Don't forget, there may be times when the council has made a mistake and your bill has been calculated wrongly. This can be for a variety of reasons, such as the council using out-of-date information when making assumptions about the property, or a person's circumstances may have changed. If you feel this may be the case, it's important to contact the council as soon as possible, preferably in writing so that you can retain a copy of the letter. Keeping a copy of the letter is a great idea because it means that you can refer to it if necessary in the future. The quickest way to contact the council is by email, and then you will automatically have a copy of the message you sent to the council. The contact details of Coventry City Council are now being displayed on the screen. Feel free to pause the video and note them down. If you decide to contact Coventry City Council, you should make sure to include the following: your name and address, your reference number, the date of the bill, the amount of tax on the bill, and the reasons as to why you believe the bill is incorrect. However, don't forget that even while you may be disputing your bill, it still remains payable. Therefore, you should continue with payments whilst in discussion over potential mistakes in the bill as to prevent missing a payment. If in any doubt though, there are always places where you can receive more help to understand your bill, who may be responsible for it, and resolving any potential mistakes. These include Coventry Independent Advice Service, Coventry Citizens Advice, Coventry Law Centre, and many more. These organisations and their contact details will be available for your reference below in the video description.